Activists and experts say the Toronto Police's findings of the service's unfair treatment of Black, Indigenous and communities of color is hardly a surprise, matching the lived experiences of what people have been sharing for decades now in Toronto, which is why many are questioning the police chief's apology and pledge to do better. Shanice Isla and her lawyer filed a complaint with a police watchdog for excessive force and racial profiling after protesting Toronto's homeless encampment removals last year. She says she was followed by an undercover plainclothes officer.
I was tackled from behind by more plainclothes officers. I was told that I was under arrest for being at a place that I wasn't actually at.
Today, she heard the Toronto Police Chief's apology for the over-policing of Black, Indigenous and communities of color.
As an organization, we have not done enough to ensure that every person in our city receives fair and unbiased policing.
It sounds like empty promises. It doesn't guarantee safety for people who look like me.
Letitia Massaquoi has been instrumental in work calling for race-based data collection and addressing systemic racism.
What I really heard was, we're apologizing for what you're about to hear in this data, not how did we get to this place.
Massaquoi calls today the tip of the iceberg, saying the force is finally putting a system in place that the Black community has been calling for decades, one that can't discredit the same things Black people have been saying.
We can actually hold the TPS accountable through their own data.
Outside police headquarters this morning, the message from activists was clear: apology not accepted.
We didn't ask for it, but he wasn't apologizing to us. He was really apologizing to them because he said it will impact. He knows how this will be very difficult for his rank and file.
This cycle of apologies is so familiar.
In 2020, Raymer apologized after Toronto police failed to notify the province's police watchdog in a case where an off-duty police officer assaulted a young Black man during an altercation in 2016, leaving him with severe injuries.
We made the wrong decision that night.
Desmond Cole saying accountability is a process, not just acknowledging a wrong.
We're here because there's a political solution that was never discussed in that room today, which has to do with Mayor John Tory and Toronto City Council defunding this police force and reallocating their resources so they can't hurt us like this anymore.
Experts also note that TPS's findings aren't new. 2 years ago, Ontario Human Rights Commission released a report. Among the findings, Black people are 20 times more likely to be killed by an officer than white people.
That end result doesn't come out of nowhere, right? It comes from years of unaddressed systemic racism. It comes from years of lack of disciplining officers when they are engaging in racist behaviors. It comes from years of over-policing of Black communities.
Lawyers who have represented clients who alleged police brutality and racial profiling also weighed in.
Case after case, person after person coming in the door with the same experience, walking while Black, and excessive force being used, force that certainly wouldn't be used against me in the same circumstance.
Now, Desmond Cole also points out that James Raymer is only interim chief and on his way out, so he questions the timing of this apology and the commitment of the next person who takes on this role, as well as the political leadership who appoints them. In Toronto, I'm Faiza Amin for City News.